Beer of the day, Yuengling Lager. Nice day today, but it's going to rain a lot this afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. Sue had to go up to her knee doctor, the surgeon, and he wants to just double check everything, but she's fine. Everything's fine. And it looks like it's getting ready to rain. I'm looking out the back. I'm not complaining because I know what's happening in the rest of the United States. Been there, done that my whole life, so I know what it is. The people I kind of feel sorry for right now are the people in the west and southwest. They're getting something that they just normally never ever get. They're getting snow. They're getting ice build up. I got a cousin that lives in Rockport, Texas. He sent me a picture this morning. He had snow and ice, I think, at his house. Listen, them people down south, they don't have snow removal equipment, salt trucks, all the things that we're used to up north. So when it gets bad down there, they have a problem. They don't know how to simply don't know how to drive on it because they don't necessarily ever do. And if you live in the north or in the Midwest, it's something we deal with every winter. And so as years go by, you're just used to driving on snow. Ice, I say, as a professional driver for many, many years, you should never drive on ice. I mean, I don't know what emergency would ever pop up that would prompt you to have to drive on ice. Unless, you had a heart attack, you call an ambulance. That ambulance, I guess, has to be on ice. Generally speaking, though, they have special equipment that helps them out quite a bit. You and your car do not. What emergency would you possibly need to have to drive on ice? I can't think of any. So you guys in the southwest Texas area just been getting all the snow and ice, I'm thinking of you. So take care, be careful, stay home if you can. Question about insurance. I get this once in a while. Probably everybody down here gets questions from friends and family about insurance down here. I've explained my situation before. I am on United Healthcare Advantage Plan, and I'm with the Villages Health System. So far, I've got no problem with it. So far, it hasn't cost me a dime to do anything. All my medications, all that stuff. But that's with the Advantage Plan. That can be different, I suppose, for different people, but I have United Healthcare. Every now and then, United Healthcare even sends me a package. Last time we got a package, there was toothpaste in it, there was bottles of alcohol in it, there was stuff in it. I don't know if that has to do with the coronavirus or not, but I wasn't even expecting it, but we got it. Every now and then I get a phone call from United Healthcare asking if I need anything. Is everything okay? We noticed on your pills that you didn't re-up. Because the truth is, I don't like taking pills, and I'm real bad about taking pills on a regular basis. The only pill that I really take on a regular basis is the one that I take for heartburn, GERD, whatever that pill is. I do take it one a day, literally almost every day, but as I get older, I'm finding out I don't need as many. Now I take like one pill every 3 or 4 days, and I'm getting along just fine. The high blood pressure pills, they're very mild. I take them whenever I think about it, truthfully. And the cholesterol pills, because my cholesterol usually is out of whack. Truth of it is, I take them whenever I feel like it. And, sometimes I'll take them every day, and then I'll skip 3 or 4 days, then I'll take them again, and that's how it goes with me. That's just the way life with me is. So they'll call me saying, your 90-day prescription didn't run out, you didn't re-up it. Is everything okay? And then I tell them, And then, of course, I get this long speech about why I should take them, which I already know that, I don't know why they want to constantly read this speech to me like I don't understand. I understand. I just don't do it. It's just that simple. I understand the speed limit is 70, officer. I just felt like doing 75. Same thing, right? Anyway, her question, I guess it's a question. She says, during this video, you mentioned that Sue gets her health care outside of the Villages. She does. Well, I should say, well, yeah, she does. She's not in the Villages healthcare system. I don't want you to misunderstand that. Just because you're not in the Villages healthcare system does not mean she doesn't use the Villages system. Does that sound correct? Inside the Villages here, they have everything. Cardiologists, you name it. Also inside here are specialty equipment. You make an appointment to go up here to get a cardiogram. You make an appointment over here to get a, I don't know what it would be, a stress test. You make an appointment over here for an x-ray or a, I can't think what they call them. You get in a tube and then this thing goes around you. What do you call that? You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to waste time here. But anyway, Sue gets the same appointments to go to the same doctors or the same specialists that I go to inside the villages. So just because your doctor's outside the villages, and maybe your health care is something the villages, your insurance is something the villages doesn't accept inside their health care, doesn't mean you're not going to use the stuff in here. You'll be using it like I use it. The only difference is I can take my golf cart there. Sue has to take the car to go to her doctor because it's outside the villages, and her insurance is Florida Blue. Well, Florida Blue is accepted literally at almost everything in here except the village's health system. As far as I know, the only thing they took in a village's health system they kicked everybody out, just so you know, the history. People were here for many, many years. They were on their Medicare. They had their supplemental plans. And then all of a sudden, when this generation here took over, they decided that there wasn't enough money in that. So now you had to have Advantage Plan or change it to the Advantage Plan, or they simply send everybody an email saying you have to seek your treatments or your doctors outside the villages. In other words, go away. We're done with it. And that's what they done. They kicked them out. And I always thought to this day that was a rotten thing to do. There's more to a retirement community than just profits. And this family here, it's all about profits, and that's all it's about. I don't like it, and I frown on it. The lifestyle here is fine. It's just some of that kind of thing that if you're outside the villages, you don't see that happening. When you're inside the villages, you do see that happening. And it's just not fair. I know the world's not fair. But anyway, they took Advantage Plan, and I went to United Healthcare. I didn't have to, but I chose United Healthcare because they give me some free stuff that other ones didn't. One was dental. I get a certain amount of dental. I get what else is? I get what they call silver sneakers, which that means I get a discount or something to go to these exercise centers around here that I never go to anyway, but I do get that. And then there was some couple other things. Eyeglass. It pays for a little bit of percentage of getting new eyeglasses, which I got 2 new pair just this last time, and they did take it. What did it pay? I have no idea. I don't get that receipt. So maybe they paid nothing, but supposedly they paid a little. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I took. Oh, hearing aids, that's right. He told me that it does pay a percentage of my hearing aids, which who knows what that is. Hearing aids can cost you $5,000 to $10,000 for a set, and they may pay $50. I don't know. $50 is $50, I suppose. So that's why I chose that. But at the time, they also took TRICARE, which is, I think, military. And it seems to me there was one other one. If you were inside the village's health system and was not on Medicare, that's what it was, and you were not on Medicare, then they would accept, there was certain insurances that they would accept if you wanted to be in the village's health system. And I think one was Blue Cross and Blue Shield. In Florida, they call it Florida Blue. That's Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And maybe some other ones I don't know. You'll have to ask them actually. But she says here that their supplement is not Florida Blue or United Healthcare, and she was thinking about going outside the villages as well. Well, Sue's doctor's outside the villages, so she has Florida Blue. When you go outside the villages, that means you're going to use a doctor that's not inside the village's health system. That's all that means. And so and she want to know how far they are. Well, they're all around the villages. Listen, right now in Central Florida, the villages is where it's at. It's just that simple. This is where the new businesses are wanting to locate. This is where the new restaurants are wanting to locate. And this is where some of the newer doctors are wanting to locate because our community is growing so fast. I think it's the fastest growing retirement community not only in the United States, but in the world. So this is the place. And I'll give the credit to the developer too. They're developing newer treatment centers. They're developing newer hospitals. I'm not sure what designates a hospital, truthfully, because they have a hospital down by Brownwood that's a bedless hospital. I can't get that in my head. A bedless hospital. How can it be a hospital and be bedless? So I don't know. I'm not in the medical field, so I don't understand. Maybe what determines a hospital is surgery. I don't know. You have to ask that question to them yourself. But they're also developing specialty centers. I already know that right now the way my system is set up at the villages is I go to my doctor with an appointment. If I want to see the dermatologist, all I got to do is say something then. If she's in the building at that time, they'll tell her to come back and see me. And that's happened before. And I like that. If the cardiologist is in there at that time of my appointment, because he's only there like one day a week, in that office. And if he's there, I can say, could I speak to the cardiologist before I leave? Sure. He comes right back. That's cool to me. If he's not there, then I got to make an appointment and I go back to my doctor's office to see the cardiologist. Same office, same place. Now they've opened up that place over there by Brownwood. I can't think of the name of it. But, and they already told me that all my specialists that are now in my doctor's office, so to speak, in that building there, they're all going to be located over there. So now what's going to happen, and I know it's going to happen, they haven't told me this, but I can see what's going to happen. I'm going to go to my doctor, I'm going to make an appointment, and I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to see him, and he's going to do whatever he does. And then something's going to come up, and he's going to say, well, okay, I want to make an appointment for you at the specialist to see this heart doctor, the cardiologist. So his office will make the appointment. Cardiologists are going to send me an email through this app thing they got, saying my appointment's going to be this day at this time, or they're going to call me, one or the other. Most time in villages, I will say this, they call, and I like to be called. So they're going to call you, and they're going to confirm the appointment, and then that's going to be a second trip down to the new buildings down there by Brownwood to see the cardiologist. Well, now I can get it all done in one trip, and that's the part I don't like. Is it a deal breaker? No. It's just more convenient this way. That's all for me. I like one-stop shopping, so to speak. So that's what that is. So I'll tell you what, Tricia, you know what your last name is. You're asking questions about doctors and things outside the villages, and Sue's, what do you say, her experience with getting a doctor outside the villages for the special things she has to have done, things like that. I sent you her email. I generally don't do this, but in your situation, I sent you her email, and you get in contact with her because she would be a wealth of knowledge for you. I can only just give you what I hear, what I see, but I don't know anything about. My doctor's not outside the villages. I have never looked for a doctor outside the villages or anything like that. So I really can't really give you educated information, and I don't want to play games with you or your husband. So contact Sue, and she'll be more than glad to tell you what she knows. She may have some phone numbers for you. She may, I don't know. But contact her at least to get the information that you need that'll help point you possibly at least the right direction. And she can tell you about Florida Blue. The only other thing that I will say is I have talked with the Medicare expert, that's what I call him, and he was on my show once before, and it was overwhelming. The knowledge this guy's got about insurance in Florida, the villages, hospitals and things, and how they work, stuff. He knows a lot of stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to get him on our Wednesday night live show in March. As of right now, he has confirmed that. He has sent me an email back saying he would love to come back on. I didn't know if he could do it because this is a busy time of year for him with all the snowbirds down here. And so if it works out, just keep an eye on my show. I'll announce it as we get closer to the Wednesday night live show in March, which, by the way, all the Wednesday night live shows is always the last Wednesday of the month, unless for some reason I announce something different. Last Wednesday of each month. And so look for that announcement. If he's going to be on for sure, you'll see it. Be there, because when the show's live, you can get on the chat and you can ask him any questions you want live. Now that's only during the live show. You can't send him a question during the replay because we're not there. It's a replay. It's like a repeat television show. You have to tune into the live show, and you can ask questions to your heart's content. We try to get to all of them if we can. We may miss some. You know, it all depends on how busy the show is. It all depends on how many people show up and how many questions there will be. I just predict that with him being a Medicare expert, an insurance expert in the state of Florida, that generally speaking, this could be a busy show. So be there, be ready with your questions, write them down, have them ready. We'll try to get them as soon as possible, and we'll try to get an answer for you anyway. So with that being said on question and answer, Tricia, I hope to see you there. You guys take care. I hope to see you down here someday, and I will see you all on the other side.
I know that you are having a hard time right now.